Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the BearThoughts podcast. We usually do this every week at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. For those who want to join us live and be in the chat and be a part of the conversation, please join us. And for those who have been watching the shorts, and if you do watch this VOD, I do appreciate it. I hope you leave a comment. Hope you've been leaving your likes on the videos. It's been a big help. We are now, as of right now, 1 away from 300, which is not really big, but it's a big deal to me, okay? Because our birthday's in a couple days, and we can hit 300 before then. That'd be great. Which we are
tomorrow.
Yes, which is announcements. We are doing a collab stream where we're playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO. It's an old game, but we're still liking it, and we're gonna be doing some goals. Stealthy, you need to talk to Corvo with some goals that he might be doing, because I told him what I will be doing. I will be doing a lot of waxing, hair color changing.
As they meet certain goals, he waxes certain things.
Yes. So
yes.
nose.
I told him I won't be doing waxing because of what happened last time. However, I may talk to you, and it may be goals like, if we hit this mark, you do eyeshadow. We hit this mark, you do a wig. We hit this mark, you do this makeup. And it may become a drag queen thing by the end if they hit the ultimate goal. Me and him may both go drag queen.
Yeah, and my full thing is drag queen. It will be the makeup and clothing. So yes, if you want to see us getting tortured, you want to come support us, either one of us, just watch us have a good time, have a good laughs, and talk about a game we enjoy. Hope we see you there tomorrow. The time will be I don't know what time we're starting.
I don't either.
It should be evening.
Yeah, that's another thing. You said you wanted to go somewhere else.
Who?
You tomorrow.
I told you that's why I wanted to go early so we could eat early and get back.
Yeah, then early in the morning.
At night,
I was gonna stream. I'm streaming at night. We was gonna get up, shop, get stuff, eat, and come home. That's what I was aiming to do.
Good luck with that one.
Well, I'm telling you, if I have to, I'll get up and go eat and come home. Tell me I won't.
Tell me I won't.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're the one that said, I want to do this, I want to do that. And now,
yeah. So just let me know. I will probably, if I, stream by myself first and he joins later on, I'm okay with that. Just at some point, Corvo would be joining me.
Yes. Most definitely. I'm thinking at the latest it'll be 7 my time, which would be 6 your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking. So if you want to plan for 6,
okay,
that's fine.
All right, and then of course it will go until one of us says we're good. So
it'll go until I say I ate too much. Good night.
Yeah. So hope we'll see you there tomorrow. I hope y'all, for those who want to come out support, if you're one of those people who like to see us do something stupid, go for it. I never put makeup on before, nor have I done waxing. I waxed like right here before, I think. Right here. Just because, unibrow. No one likes a unibrow.
Listen, and also for the people that don't like some of my comments, there'll be plenty of comments for you not to like, so please come and not like the comments. It's fine. I don't take it personally.
Okay, I gotta tell Stealthy this because she wasn't here during this time, so I talked about during the podcast. So, okay, Stealthy, there was a gentleman that we were talking about, Yennefer from The Witcher, and you got all of them? Anyway, so Yennefer.
No, I didn't get all of them.
We're working on it, though.
Okay, Yennefer from The Witcher.
Archie, I don't like Archie.
And saying how Yennefer is so attractive, even though she's wearing like long clothes, she's not very revealing. And
do you remember this conversation that we had on podcast about Yennefer and The Witcher? And we thought that even though they didn't do a whole lot of super revealing clothes, we thought she was very attractive and stuff like that, right? You remember that part of
she was elegant. So a guy decided to make a comment and he said, y'all two realize you're two grown adults, right? And then somebody right behind him going, you realize you don't know how to spell realize, right? And then another person behind it was saying like this guy probably doesn't have the pleasure to having a woman's touch. So people were ragging on him and giving him a bunch of stuff. The guy ended up deleting his comments.
Dumb enough?
So
Hard to say like that. If he's dumb enough, okay.
he spelled.
Better put,
He
better
did
put.
legitimately spell realize wrong. So that first person that commented was just like,
On top of that, here's the biggest issue. If you are brave enough and dumb enough to put it out there, you better be brave enough and dumb enough to take the licks that are coming.
Like
If you can't stand the heat, stay out of the goddamn fire.
yeah,
that's what he was saying. He was saying there was a lot of people that didn't like my
I'm not
opinions.
gonna say kitchen because if anybody says anything about kitchen, I swear to God, I will throw this fucking shoe and I'll use it like a chocolate.
He was saying a lot of people were disliking my my opinions on certain things. I was like, I don't care. They're my opinions.
It's an opinion.
As I
Not a
told
fact, it's
what-
an opinion.
what I-
and
this
you're
is what I-
feel free to disagree.
This is what I told him point blank. I was like, they don't like my opinion, but the subscribers are still growing and they're still showing up to not like my opinion. So do they really not like my opinion, or they just don't want their friends to know that they agree with my opinion?
Or is it the fact that they don't want to agree with your opinion because you're right and they're wrong, and they don't want to admit that they're wrong?
yeah, and I'm like I was commenting on it. Like my only comment to the gentleman was, "Do you even know what you're talking about?" But then someone else brought up the fact, like, you know, it takes a man to appreciate a woman's. I read this one, a man to appreciate a woman's beauty, and I think that's too true. If you're a man, you should be able to appreciate a woman's beauty. That's
Okay, wait. Let's correct this. Let's correct this ahead of time.
See, you knew what you were doing, damn it.
Let's correct this ahead of time, sir. Okay.
Women can too. I'm just saying.
You can't appreciate a woman's beauty without harassing them.
Oh well. Yeah, if you're like if you're catcalling, whistling
Now-
at them.
It takes a boy to appreciate a woman's beauty because they will.
Well, I think
There
a
you
boy
go.
would be more like awkward about it. They would be a little more.
Yeah, and you must not be knowing the boys around him. They be walk right up to your face like, "Hey, you a pretty mama. How you doing?"
Let's talk about your boss while we're at your ex-boss.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he appreciated
That
too much.
Dude, there's people that are at that place that still did not realize he had been terminated yet.
Really?
They're like, when did he get terminated? I mean, it's hard for us to tell. He was never here to begin with. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, your buddy, your female buddy who works with you now, you know, the one that I should be careful of. That
Oh,
one?
Lord.
Yeah, just so you know,
The one that won't choose colors.
very happy sitting where she's at right
So yeah,
now.
I
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty.
A little talk today. It was fun.
I thought it was pretty funny that people were like that. Like I don't mind people making comments and have disagreements, right? It's cool. I'm more of a mind of let's come to common grounds. Let's agree upon something and find some middle way of coming. Like both sides could be right or have some point of view. But when people just make an outright attack on someone's manhood, I was like, what?
Listen,
What?
I've said it 100 times. It's subjective. Everything is subjective. No one's ever going to agree with 100% of what I say, and I'm never going to agree with 100% of what somebody else says. So at the end of the day,
disagreements all the time anyway.
at the end of the day, I'm just giving my opinion. If you like it, thanks. If you don't like it, thanks for at least listening to it. I'm not going to take it to heart.
You know the
The
best.
only way you're ever going to see me get mad at somebody's comment is if they personally attack me or my family in the comment.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you.
Other than that, you can disagree with what I say all the time. I tell you when we're talking like we are right now,
Mhm.
when we have a difference of opinion, I'm like, look, I don't agree with that. You don't agree with me, but that's fine. That's your opinion. This is my opinion. That doesn't affect the fact that I still get along with you. We still have fun.
We're
We
still
play
friends.
games. We're still friends. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't have to like everything the way I do or see everything the way I do.
And that's what means stealthy. We're still friends because of that. But I thought it was just, of course, the worst part is like they're not hurting me by leaving comments like that or leaving dislikes. YouTube is still showing my stuff even more because of that. Like that's the best part. Like, if you don't want to support my channel, best thing to do, don't leave nothing. You are hurting me by not leaving nothing. No comments, no dislike or like. Leave nothing and you are hurting me. If you want to hurt me, that's how you do it. What, Sally?
Quick question, sir.
Yeah.
On the title for your podcast today, your
Spelling's bad?
Tavern?
No, it's not supposed to be tavern. It did. Oh, it must have went to a different one. I'll fix that. It's not supposed to be that.
Well, even so, if that is supposed to be spelled tavern, you
spelled it wrong.
Right. Yes, sir. It's TAVERN.
Yeah, I saw it. Thank you for letting me know.
Anyway,
for later.
So
fix it later.
This week,
I'm already fixing it.
I broached a topic that I want to discuss.
And it shows off even more how we're
gonna go big kid imagination here. If you won the $84 million lottery, what
is it 84? Is it 84 million?
Some of them have been 84. Some of them have been in the hundreds of millions. I'm saying 84 just to throw a number out there. Okay, so there is a cap. Yeah, if you were a multi-million-dollar winner of the lottery, you can make that number 84, 100 million, whatever the hell you want to make it. What would you do? Okay, so realistically, for anybody, like let's give people that do not know about lottery, because there's some states that don't have lotteries and don't understand the ins and outs of it, so they can understand it. So you win the lottery, you have two choices. One of the choices, and you get the money throughout your life. Right, the remaining of your life, you'll get a certain amount of money each year, each given month, or you can take the lump sum, and then you have to pay the taxes on that lump sum. So some people, essentially, you end up with, let's say, if it was 84 million, you would end up with something along the line of like 42 million, because they're going to take at least half of it. Yeah, and then there's some states that you have to publish your name and where you live, which I think is kind of crazy. I think that should not be a thing. Or you can like lawyer up and like have your name be discreet and hidden, which honestly, if my state was like that, I'm hiding my stuff. I'm not letting no one know who I was. There's a loophole to that. There's a loophole to that because I've learned this because of a person that I knew that won the lottery.
Oh man.
You have publish your name and your address, right?
Yeah.
But then if you win the lottery, you can move within like a certain amount of days. So all they have is your name.
Okay. Well, then
I mean, because you don't. Who expects someone to win $42 million and continue to live in a single wide trailer? I'll publish that address all day long, but I guarantee you, within a month, you'll pull up at that double wide. And I won't be there.
Yeah, I would find my house. I would definitely shack down, bar some doors, bar some things, have some guns ready. Because I know somebody's would be like, you know what? I'm stupid enough to try. And at that point, somebody has to be blown. I'm just saying. I know some people would do that. I know it. I know that's the danger of winning a lot of money. People are going, well, why don't you share that?
I do not think the state that I'm in requires you to do that.
That's good. That's good.
But I know the state that person was living in did.
I think it was Florida that had that law. I think Florida had, like, you don't have to, but I think, or you do have to. It's one of the two. I think Florida is one of them that you have to show, I think. I could be wrong. But anyway, so if you win that lot of money, you have, that's the risk you're taking. Taxes, get it over time, and your names will be released to the public. Now, I've always thought of, this is a side note, I always thought I had like a dream or a thought of like, if I could have, billions of millions of dollars worth of things, or I could have one of anything I ever want the rest of my life, but if it breaks, I never can replace it, which one I would choose? Because, money's finite, but if I could have anything I want for the rest of my life, but if it breaks, I can't get it, I can't get another one. I don't know which one I would choose. It's a bit of an ultimatum. I always thought in my head, like, if I could choose one other. Okay, so, I'm sure both of us would agree, a new home. That is almost a given. Now, I've always said to my wife, if it's a new home, I want it to be so indiscreet. Like, you look at it, you just immediately go, that can't be where a millionaire lives. No way. Like this, there's no way I would buy a huge mansion and broadcast to the world, please come rob me.
Right. It would probably be no more than a normal 2-story house with
Mm,
maybe a basement.
mm-hmm.
Something that looks like, oh, they're about a middle class family, nothing that telegraphs a millionaire lives here,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I don't think I would go out and buy a shitload of vehicles and stuff either. I
No.
think I would go buy the 2 vehicles I absolutely want,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and I would buy those brand new,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would have my hobby car because you know me, I like cars,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have at least a hobby car, something I'm gonna mess with on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Since I have the money, I don't have to worry about can I buy the part, but it's more becomes when do I have time to do it, you know?
Okay, so this is a bit of way of biting at some of the people that bite on people's hobbies. Do you think cars are a big boy's toy?
No,
No. You think it's
no,
adults only? Like it's like
no,
no?
no. I don't think it's exclusive to young men or older men or young women or older women. I don't think it's exclusive. I think the only thing that dictates whether it becomes a toy or not is the disposability of the vehicle.
What if you
So,
never
like
use it? You just have it, you just never
for
use it.
example, let's say you went and bought this vehicle, right?
Yeah.
You really wanted it because it was fun to drive, but you only drive it 6 times in your life, and then one day you just get up and say, "Oh fuck it, sell it."
Yeah.
That to me, that becomes a toy because you didn't really want it in the end, and you didn't care enough to not get rid of it.
Yeah. Like my
But if it's
toys
one
are
of those situations where you buy it, you keep it up, you drive it regularly, you enjoy it, it's something you spend time with. To me, that's not a toy, but a hobby.
yeah, and like it's some people feel like it's cars, a bunch of buying a bunch of toys. It's like me, my figurines. I have a bunch of behind them. I look at them. I might pick them up every now and then, but I don't really play with them. It's the same kind of things. But if I were to pick them up and start playing like toy soldiers, action figures, smacking them together, what's the difference? One I'm having it. It's nice to look at and nice to have and touch, but I never really use it. And the other one, I use it and I smack them together. It's a bit of an argument there. So you would buy a vehicles. Now, for me, I would buy vehicles that are utilitarian, or am I saying that right? Utilitarian, like
Utilitarian, useful for what you need. Yes.
yes. I don't have a mindset where I am a junkie for speed or for power or for sound. It sounds nice, it looks nice, but I don't really see it as of, hey, I want to take that off road. Hey, I want to go to a racetrack. Hey, I want to see how fast I can go.
Right.
I'm not really that person. So I would get like a Japanese truck, right? It's a small truck. It still has your capability of pulling things. It doesn't go very fast, but it can get to A and B and move stuff around. That would be utilitarian for me. A vehicle that maybe has great gas mileage, or pretty much all electric, then I can have solar panel at home to charge it up. Something that it will lighten my load, I would say. And when it comes to what my wife needs. Now, question is, we talked about before, like what other kind of vehicles would we get? I would say a boat, because boats are nice, right? Everybody likes going on a boat, but I have a mindset of, if anything ever bad would happen in life, and my wife's always talked about this before, if you ever got a lot of money, why would you get a boat? I don't really care for sailing. I don't really care for going fast, but I am a person of, if zombies ever came real, I want to get on a boat and just go out to sea. So no one can get to me. That's my thought. I don't want to bunker that at home because someone's gonna break in. Unless I have some zombie-proof house. But a boat would be nice. What?
A dilemma with that.
What?
And granted, it may take several decades, maybe. But
Yeah.
technically speaking, there are enough humans in the world that they can figure out where your boat is, and they can technically all go underwater and slowly build themselves up to a pyramid until they reach your boat.
Yeah, I hope the zombies' bodies would decay fast enough.
See, for me, one of the first things I would do after deciding that there's a home the basement of that home would be designed specifically for certain things, such as podcast, game streaming, printing,
Apocalypse.
art for someone, all that kind of stuff. Because that would be, I wouldn't call it a man cave. Because my wife would use the gaming streaming area, she would use the art area, and all that stuff too. I would just call it the adult getaway room.
Okay. Yeah, like a man cave would be nice. I've told my wife, like, if we could have a home that looks like a plain home upstairs, but then downstairs is where all the actual things of value and worth are down there. I would want to have a bowling lane because I like bowling. It's not like I need a lot of bowling lanes. I need a whole 12 rows. I like bowling. Bowling is one of those things one of the few physical hobbies I like doing. Because I got in the bowling league when I was younger age, and I actually got kind of good at it, but that's not something that everybody has. Like, somebody has ping pong, arcade machines. I wouldn't mind arcade machines either. Like, that would just grab some old arcade machines, but
like some Galaga or Pac-Man or
yeah, but I would want to get one of those arcade machines that have like a multitude, because like you've seen those computers that are inside arcade machines, and they're like you can have like just every arcade game that ever exists on there in a library. You can go through there and you have the joysticks and buttons. That just the way of consolidating it.
For me, I would have to have a billiards table, and my arcade game would be one of those that you stand up there with the shooters.
Oh, you want a shooter ones?
Because I love those. I love the feeling like I'm holding the rifle and I'm shooting the zombies. I love that.
So you like the like those? What about the ones that you get on, or you get inside of them and you kind of drive around? I don't know. I never really got very much play any of those. I don't know if they're any.
Okay, I like those okay too, like the racing ones. That's about the only way I play a racing game is if I can sit down and have a steering wheel and a shifter and a brake pedal and a gas pedal. Because I want to feel like I'm doing it.
Yeah, because there's some machines out there that people made that are like full body cages with the steering wheel and like realistic pedals and realistic steer shifts, and some of them even have like wind tunnels on them to blow in your face. They get kind of wild, but they're pretty big, right? They're like they would probably fill up this room just in itself, and that's pretty cool. That to me would be a little more like if you like power and you want the stimulation, maybe that's a good way of like replacing actual vehicles, but I guess nothing really beats the open road. I'm not a really speed junkie, so would that be like a good like equivalent to you? Would you be like more willing to drive something like that in home than going out into your vehicle than driving it around?
No.
Wouldn't be no different. It wouldn't be better.
Because I want to feel I want to feel the ass end squat in the vehicle. I want to feel the force push me back.
Okay, so here's something that I'm pretty sure something you could probably get behind. Would you get a roller coaster?
That's a dumb question.
And what roller coaster would you get?
The people you're talking to?
Which one would you get? You think you wouldn't get tired of?
I wouldn't get a roller coaster though. See, there's an easier way to do it. It's called buy life.
Not immediately, no.
It's not immediately. Buy a lifetime pass to your favorite theme park. Oh, and then you get multiple roller coasters. Or just buy a theme park.
I mean, let's say I don't know. I've seen people like make little roller coasters in the backyard for their kids, and I thought that was always a little cute, little fun. As a kid, that would be like awesome. But you can imagine just having your own personal roller coaster that you designed and you made and someone like architecturally found how to make it safe and sound and proofed it and then build it in your backyard. So like you have one of a kind roller coaster. I don't know. I just think that would be like if you have that money, right? If you had nothing else to spend it on.
But there you go. Now you're telegraphing you have that money because
true.
So again, from my standpoint, it makes more sense for me to just under the table buy the park or either buy lifetime passes to the park. That way my name ain't out there on it and it ain't sitting in my yard where people can say, hey, he's got a bunch of money. Look at there. He's got roller coasters in his backyard.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let's go to now where we would move to. Now, me, I like the gray mountains. I like being near, rivers, and like that's my beautiful city. I want to see a
Okay.
waterfalls and snow every now and then. That's where I want to move to.
Your definition of moving is different than mine.
Okay, so where are you moving? We're moving to.
I'm not moving any damn where. I'm gonna have a home in multiple locations.
Oh well,
Because-
that's later.
Because, I mean, I like the mountains, so I'll have something up there for when I want to go to the mountains.
Mhm.
I like going down in the Orlando, St. Augustine area. I'll have something down there.
So you wouldn't stay at one place, you would just move around?
Depending on what I feel like doing that year.
Because, with that, I would have, what are those things called where, like, you have a home, but you can rent it out to someone else? What are those called?
Like a timeshare or a B&B?
Airbnb. Yeah, like, I would have a place in Japan, right? An Airbnb. So when I'm not there, someone else can use it, and I have someone managing it, cleaning it up, and making money off of it, right? Making my money work for me.
Right.
And then when I want to go there, no one else is getting that time. Me and my wife would just go there. We're gonna stay in our place that we own and go around Japan. And we might have a place in Ireland, because my wife wants to go to Ireland someday. So we might have a place there. So for me in America, there's not many places I want to say I want to move near, like let's say New York, or I want to move near somewhere in California or Las Vegas, or I want to move somewhere near Gulf of Mexico. Like I don't. Just like one place in America I would like to be at, but everywhere I want to be more of like around the world kind of situation rather than.
And I'm the same way. I would want to be able to have like a timeshare in the UK or in Britain or different places that I want to visit. And yes, make money on that return because when you're not there, other people can use it. I agree.
Mhm.
Just like it. Like with this place I'm currently living in, if I won that money tomorrow, I would retrofit this place to make it nice again.
Yeah.
And then I would move to wherever I want to call my semi-permanent home. I
Mhm.
would build that, and this place would be rented or time shared or whatever you want to call it. Because just because I won a bunch of money doesn't mean I don't want to continue to bring in some kind of profit off of what I own.
Yeah.
Just like if I was going to spend my money on something that wasn't for the family to have a good time or something, I would probably invest in some businesses that would, yes, initially the investment would be out of pocket, but then I would start seeing returns off of that investment as the business grows, as they make money, stuff like that. It'd be like a daydream. This is just a wild daydream, but like for instance, if I had enough money to buy MiHoYo, okay, that's not a bad investment because if I buy it, now I can do whatever I want to in my game. I'm happy there. And the more they make, the better they make it, the more money I'm going to get off the dividends in the end. So I'm getting returns off of that long term.
Yeah, because you're an investor, you have a little bit more say so what happens to your games
Right.
because you're an investor and they have to listen
Right.
to you more than your gameplay.
I know it sounds crazy because a lot of people are like, well, if I win that money, I'm not going to work another day in my life. I didn't say I was working, fool. I said I was investing.
Well, I'm letting my money work for me, right? It's always the thing. And of course, a lot of people that are rich nowadays, their big thing is buying land, kind of like land bonds. You just buy a bunch of land and then you can rent out that land and then make money off of it. Just like constant money.
At some point, Uncle Sam's going to need that land for something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, okay. So you would invest it. I would invest it in game companies I have a trust in, or like NVIDIA or AMD, something big like that, or Amazon. I've always said, like, people always like, oh, if I could go back in time and invest in things and new companies that would blow up, I would be an investor. But also, I know I have hobbies, and replacing a lot of stuff I have now that I know is broken would be one of my first things to do. 'Cause I'm pretty sure you have some stuff in your house. So you're like, man, I know this broken. I know it's beat down and worn. Let's start replacing some of that stuff and, just do away with some of it. But investing in that. Now, I would my personal hobby would be trying to bring in new people that do anime stuff, because I'm very much invested in anime stuff. I like anime. And Well, unfortunately, I would make sure that I have good translators. I hate to bring that topic back, but good translators that don't try to put anything they don't that's not into it, or bring an anime that normally people don't were like, hey, I don't want to take a risk at this manga that may not be a good anime, and I'm like, I like it, I think it's good, let's try it out. I would bring more into that and allow for
See, I would do that with books. Because,
books.
like, for example, that big book series that I read,
Yeah.
there's been talks off and on of live action slash animated series of that thing for years,
Hmm.
but nobody wants to really take the chance on it, even though it was on the New York Times bestseller for every freaking copy that ever came out, every volume. Nobody wants to take the jump on it. Me, I would take the jump on it.
Hmm. Okay. And I know there's some companies right now are taking jumps on video games, and some people are investing now in more live subscriptions. And I don't think that's a good thing for the end user. People like me and you, we like to buy and own things. So I would invest in things and make sure that the industry of owning stuff like video games or digital assets but stay physical as well. I think people to be like to be focused at. Okay, so would you? Because I know you're an animal lover like me, and I
Yeah.
know you have a affinity for loving animals. Now, my wife, she said she wants at least to have like a farm, right? She wants horses, she wants goats, she wants cows, she wants chickens. She wants like to have like again, you come into my house, it may be farmland everywhere. You see a little tiny cabin right in the middle of it, but you don't realize the rest of it's below ground. She wants a farm. And I'm all there to make sure my wife's happy, right? So a farm would be a must have. Also,
Yes.
she wants to have like be self-efficient. That's the kind of woman she is. Would you do something like that as well? Would you try to be
Well, see,
self-efficient?
for me, you know my background. I grew up with a farm.
Hmm.
I grew up with cows, ducks, chickens, turkeys, horses, all that stuff. Um, I would have a farm, but it wouldn't be for that kind of stuff. I would have a farm for certain types of dogs, certain types of animals that most people neglect or don't want to have anything to do with.
Animal shelter?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it would be like kind of like a reserve.
Reserve?
So I would
Okay.
have my area for my dogs because I love multiple breeds of dogs.
Yeah, okay.
Um, and I would make sure they're taken care of, and I would have my dogs to walk with me, mess with me, play with me in the yard, whatever the hell I'm doing.
Hmm.
But aside from that, there would be an area specifically for um, refuge for those animals that get put down sometimes not because of them, but because the circumstances don't allow them to stay where they
Okay, so would you
are.
hire people to take care of that, or would you?
It would. I guess it would depend on my knowledge of the animal.
Mm,
Like there's certain animals that I'm confident in taking care of because, like, even with a gator, I've taken care of gators before.
mm,
I'm confident with that. I'm confident with horses. I'm confident with cows. I'm confident with ducks, chickens, turkeys. Different breeds of fish in ponds. I've taken care of all those things.
mm.
I've taken care of a lot of different breeds of canines and felines, but I think where it would start getting where I would need help is if it come across like um a wolf strand, a wolf strain, because I've never taken care of a wolf.
Mm.
They're of the canine genus, but they have different habits and mannerisms and reactions than domesticated canines. Same thing with tigers. I love cats. I've taken care of cats in my house, but I've never taken care of a damn tiger. So I imagine I would have someone to do that.
Mm.
Would be my thing. And my wife would be happy because if she could find a Bhutan that would lay with her under the tree while she took a nap, I don't think anybody would want to go mess with her because Bhutan is like, how big? How heavy was Bhutan?
I don't remember.
It would put it like this: if he got into a dually pickup truck, it would squat, and he was a tiger. Okay, he was friggin' huge,
Mm-hmm.
and he would lay down in the middle of this pen with these trainers that's been with him since he was a little bitty thing,
Yeah.
and they could just lay on him like a pillow and read a book, and he'd just lay there. But now I don't suggest you to walk up there and mess with that fella either, because you might be missing half of your body at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You
I
learn how to
mean,
pick up mannerisms.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, I believe I could make a place for that, and I would make sure that there were staff there so that if I was at one of my other locations, all of those animals and creatures were taken care of.
Okay. Um, so let's see. You say you put up fish farms or fish ponds. I would do probably like a fish farm, but that's another way of investing. People always like to think if they get a lot of money, they would invest smartly and they would invest for the earning of money. And of course, everybody always say when you die, you can't bring that money with you. So, what is something else that you would buy that that you wouldn't very much have a return to it, but you just overall enjoy it? Kind of like buying a whole shack of just 3D printers and have them going all the time.
Hmm. Let me see.
Your cars you can resell. Really can't resell computers because normally you buy a computer, that's it. Or like, what about a server rack for you? I know you love server racks. You
Yeah.
always get server racks all the time. Would you like maybe build a server rack?
I don't think I would buy a server rack. I think what I would do is buy a rack of virtual servers from Amazon.
From Amazon. Why Amazon
Yeah.
specifically?
Because I deal with them a lot at work, because a lot of my company's infrastructure now resides in the Amazon cloud with their digital servers and such,
Mm-hmm.
and I trust them. I've seen what their failover capabilities are, and I understand how they back up their backups and their backups.
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably never get any return out of it, but I'd love to have it, just because if I woke up one morning and decided, hey, I want to spin up a server to do nothing but stream anime for my family,
Mm-hmm.
I could get up and do it and wouldn't have to think twice about it. Or if I wanted to get up and build a server for no other reason but hey, Grumpy, now you have access to this server. It is all yours. I don't even have access to it anymore. It's free. Now you have a security system server. Hook up any damn cameras you want to. Go to town.
So I'm thinking like that. If you bought servers like that, would you be able to, let's say Crunchyroll, right? It's a website you go to, which is their servers, but it's an easy discoverable, kind of find the certain animes or TV shows you want in a overlay or layout that where new viewers can search and browse for what they're searching for. Would you do something like that where like it's your own server, it's not Crunchyroll, but it's like your own website with all your information from there, like all your TV shows on
Yeah,
there,
you could
or
you could do
Netflix,
something
another way
like
of saying
that.
it.
But here's the thing.
Mhm.
To do something like that and not to get in trouble,
Yeah.
you would have to own the rights or own a copy of every one of those animes.
So even if it's on your own server and only the
Yes.
people can
So like
access to it.
for example, let's say I wanted to build a server and make Bleach available to everybody.
Hmm.
Go watch it whenever the hell you want to. The only way I can do that legally
Yeah.
is I have to own, me personally, have purchased all those episodes.
Okay.
Now, if I've purchased all those episodes myself and placed them on that server, and I give you an account to that server, they can't say shit. All you're doing is watching what I've paid for.
Okay.
However, if I go out there and do the whole download it for free, I didn't buy it, and then I put it out there and it gets out that I did that shit, you guys aren't going to get in trouble, but I'm going to get hit.
Yeah, but we're millionaires in this idea of world. So
right. In this idea, I would do that because anything I wanted to put out there, I just buy a copy of it. The hell with it. You know, you call me up one day and say, hey man, I can't find this anime anywhere. I would call somebody and be like, hey, you got a copy of this? And when they say yes, I'll be like, all right, bet, I'm buying it. Send it to me. As soon as I get it, load it up.
Yeah, turn it digital if it's not digital already. That to me would be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty fun to do. I wouldn't
But
mind, and I
I don't
know,
know why I would even manage that though. I don't know why I wouldn't just build the server and let you manage the shit.
yeah,
Just here, Grumpy, buy what you want to put on it.
yeah, I would. I'd still be so many animes. All right,
I see
so
I get the invoice for all the animes you've purchased. I'm like, okay, this goes to the Grumpy account so we can keep up with it.
that list would be like your downloads on that website right now. It would almost never end. It would cap out eventually. So
Okay, listen, we're not gonna talk about me hitting the negative on that, okay?
all right, so Lord Pestis brought this the other day, and I thought this. What up, Lord Pest? That I thought it'd be pretty cool, but I don't know. Like you brought that up where you have to have some legality. I would mind having a server of Genshin Impact that's live for anybody to access that I know of friends, and then
And the
be.
thing is, with the money, if you're a millionaire, you can buy that.
Mhm,
I promise you, Mihoyo will sell you server space in your own instance.
mhm. And
All you gotta do is they'll be like, "Hey, annual subscription, pay me this much for you to have the instance, and this much per user that you give access to."
mm,
Done.
yeah, and I would unlock multiplayer, and I would unlock every single event and minigame that's ever been. Cause
And just go ham.
and
You
just
get
go
to
ham.
all the time.
Like I just
You
don't like.
might could even at that point talk to the developers and say, since I own this instance of it, how much does it cost for me to ask you to add in something like um uh uh a raid function for this?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff at Genshin Impact that were just so great that I got to experience that new players don't. And if I had a lot of money, I would just buy servers. And same thing for like, I know one time people that did like for World of Warcraft, when people want to play classic Warcraft, what they do, they bought and made their own World of Warcraft classic servers. But they got shut down. But if it's just my friends and me, I don't see, problem with it. Or people I know, I don't see no problem with it unless I'm, earning money from it. But I know that Blizzard shut that down.
That's the thing. If you're gonna do something like that,
Mm,
it has to be non-profit to you because
mm,
they're not gonna want to give you their product for you to make money off of it.
yeah.
But if you're telling them, I'll pay you this much for a server with the instance of Genshin on it,
Mm,
and I'll even pay you this amount for each account that I add on, because in this situation you have unlimited funds, right?
yeah.
They're not going to care at that point because they're getting paid regardless of whether you have one user or 20 users.
Mm-hmm.
They got paid.
Okay. Let's see. Of course, I would personally, even though streaming is a bit of a hobby of mine, I would upgrade everything. Computer, monitor, even
Hands
mic,
down.
even in the camera. That'd be all top of line. But it's not really because of investment. It's just because I just want to have the top bit of quality. Now, one thing I would invest in is an editor because I don't like editing. And everybody knows this. I don't like editing. It takes a long time to do it and a lot of work. It takes a team of people sometimes to get good quality stuff out there. Where's something that you would like to do that's your hobby that you would maybe invest in to not make a job out of it, but just improve it, make it better, make it even have to hire people to help you out with it.
My 3D printing, hands down.
3D printing?
Hands down, that is one of my top hobbies, and I would want to buy, not because I need it, because I want it,
Mm,
top of the line printers,
yes.
top of the line cleaners, top of the line tools for dealing with the models and the painting and everything else. But I will tell you, I would probably hire somebody along the same lines as you did with the editor to clean the supports from the prints, because I hate doing that shit with a passion. Washing them, I don't mind.
Uh-huh.
Printing them, I don't mind. Altering the models, I don't mind. I will even either paint or request my lovely wife over here to paint them for me. However, I hate taking those freaking supports off, because even on my best day, when I've gotten them off and had almost no pock marks,
Mm-hmm.
I'll find that one pock mark. And it pisses me off because now I got to sand this itty bitty spot. The
Yeah.
itty bitty spot. I would have someone dedicated for that. Like, I would print it, I would wash it. Their sole job is to prep it for me to paint.
Lopez says ultimate money, live and stream out of my bat cave, dress as Batman with gin or get with gin. I guess gin and tonic. I'm Batman. But yeah, okay. So for me with that, I would be I want to buy someone that does 3D modeling, right? I want to hire them to make 3D models for me. Make characters that I want that no one else will make because
Absolutely, in-house 3D modeling expert.
yes,
However,
uh-huh.
I neglected the first thing I would do as soon as I got the money.
What?
I would give my wife the wedding that she never had.
Oh yeah, wedding Japan for my wife.
Hands down, I would look at her and say, I don't give a shit what it is or what it costs, where it is. Go.
Go.
Just fucking do it.
And maybe the ring she deserved.
You damn right.
Yeah, so like me, yeah, wedding in Japan and the ring she deserved. So 3D model maker. I'm sorry, I need someone that makes models for characters that no one else would do for some reason. And then someone I like painting, but I wouldn't mind someone else that's a pro at it. You're good at it. And also someone to draw my manga. I know someone to draw that for me, that'd be great. So yes, those are things that I feel like we would both really try. You have to have some personal enjoyment out of the money and buying yourself something that will enhance your already hobby, and you don't have the skill or time for it. Because sometimes you just
my cards. I would have the printer that they use to make those cards myself. At the house.
But you would do that one yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I would have the actual equipment instead of trying to figure out how can I make what I've got work.
Let's see how much you pay. I'll take the support off. we're talking about well, somebody kind of called us childish because of last week when anime, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna be childish. Let's daydream about things we wish if we were millionaires.
We're going big kid dreaming today.
Yeah. So hey, Sprite, get your butt down. So that's what we're doing now. So I've heard people when they got rich, they at certain points in their life they start to like get bored, right? Like because they have so much money, they've done so many things. Where's something? Oh my God, no. Oh hell no.
Sprite got up at the top next to his figurine.
Oh hell no. Oh, you little shites. Oh, hell no. That's why I have these cabinets. But there's some figures I can't fit in. And
which figurine was that?
That was my 3D printed figurine. Right
which
there. One? It's of the character from Mushroom Museum, the Snake Girl, that I painted.
Oh, that was the one that you painted and had all. Yeah, no.
Oh, hell no. Oh.
Stealthy goes, I know what that means. Somebody got close to something.
Yeah, so yeah, I would like someone to print my own stuff. Who are I going with it? Oh yeah, boredom, being rich. What's something that
offended you would think otherwise, sir?
You know, eventually me and you will get old and we'll start to have things. What's something, because you know you have to have money in your older years. What's something that you would do for yourself with that money when you get older?
Okay. I would invest in the ability to move my consciousness to an automated machine.
So you think me and you could survive long enough for
hey,
Ghost in the Shells?
Unlimited funds. What the hell are you talking about? Day one, somebody's gonna be doing research and development for my ass if it gets there.
So you would probably invest in like Tesla, because Tesla's working on that. I think.
You ever seen Altered Carbon?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know, somebody's gonna figure out how to put my consciousness in a stack. I'm gonna be able to slip into a younger, fitter body.
Me, I would be like, okay, let's figure out how to save the brain. If you remove it and save it, keep it alive, and my ticker, and remove it to something else. All I need is my conscience, my heart. I'm still alive. Just the rest of it's not there. So you would
I
invest.
mean, think about it, Grumpy. You could transplant yourself into a body that has hair and eyebrows.
I can grow it on demand. Whoop whoop. So
I'm a big boy now.
I got long hair, I got short hair. I got long hair, I got short hair. I got no hair. Ah! PSD. So okay, so you would invest in trying to try to get into autobotics or humanoid scenes. Now we could barely even make hands at this point, but I know Tesla said the guy that whatever his name, he wants to have like humanoid maid or people like that in the next couple 10 or 20 years, and all for it, right? Advancing of humanity. But it's okay. So me, I'm thinking, more like current day, what I would do for future day. I would definitely invest in a maid, right? Someone to take care of me and my wife, a nurse, on position, not that I worry about that kind of stuff, and pretty much hopefully some medicine to help with Alzheimer, because I think everybody worries about that when they're older, get a little older, is Alzheimer and start losing your functionalities. And everybody was like, "Oh, we've already had the cure for cancer. We already had the cure for everything. You're just not telling anybody of it." Well, if that's already out there, I want someone to find it for me and get it to me, because I don't want to have that. I don't want to be, no offense to nobody else, but if it's some kind of secret that only if you have to join a certain force to get it, I guess I'm joining it.
Listen, we left out an important thing though that we both would do, and you know it. We would put money into the development of legitimate lightsabers.
Oh, well, somebody's already working on that, but the problem is
no. I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna give them enough money that they're not going. We're gonna wait a couple of weeks. Their budget has to recover from last. No, fuck you, don't. Get to work. Get to work.
Okay, so you would do the problem.
No, I mean an actual functioning lightsaber that will cut shit.
Next would be Dragon Balls. Let's figure out that magic. Okay,
Hang on, I already got those.
Law can't make no wishes though. For never remember kids.
You say I got 2 of them down the hall. They come true.
2 kids, I'm gonna say. So you want transcendence noise.
I just started some shit. Hang on a minute.
She's showing her Dragon Balls now?
No, she's going to say something. Ow, 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 ow.
Hey.
Although I have a problem because I used the Namekian Dragon Balls and you're supposed to get 3 wishes, but only 2 of them come true.
Well, you married her. There, you got lucky the first time. All right, so. What?
You're close by.
Oh, by the way, we are thinking about making a visit for long, so remember, everything you say is being stored.
Okay, so here's something I would do for my wife and for myself. And I've always said that I always wanted to do this myself one day. I want an anime store. I want a store where I can sell anime stuff.
You know what? I'm along the same lines, but instead of an anime store, what I would like to have is a store to sell 3D printers and products and stuff. And in the back, I would like to have a small room to do basic printing teaching for people. Because, it's very hard to find someone face to face to help you when you first start printing.
Yeah.
I would love to have a place where people could come in and look at different types of printers, resin printers.
Oh, the caps would be cool.
PLA printers, powdered aluminum printers, whatever. Look at them, think about what they like, and then be able to go to the back, to the room that I have, and sit through a couple of courses on how they function and how they work. Let them figure out which one they really like, to help inform them before they make their decision, and then be there for when they have those questions. They come back and say, "Hey, when are you doing a class on, supports and how to properly support something or something like that?" I would love to be able to do that for people, because I know when I started, and I'm sure it was the same way with you, 90% of what you learned was Google.
Oh yeah.
You had to figure that shit out from online, and granted, videos are great, But you know as well as I do, a lot of the shit that we faced, we worked by talking to each other. And
Yeah.
it worked out a hell of a lot easier
Mhm.
than us searching a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able to give the 3D print community something like that because I find the more I'm around down here, I find there's more people that have printers, love the idea of printing, but have struggles because they don't have anyone to discuss or talk with or go to a place to pick up materials or anything like that. I want to offer that.
Okay. I think that's pretty nice. Now, um, you want to keep it more in the line of a hobbyist device, not a like a industry wide kind of thing. Like
Right, right.
you're not trying
So
to sell
like
it
a
to
whole
a company.
let's say you're shopping for the first time, you're looking at 3D printers.
Hmm.
I want you to be able to walk into my shop and see these different models, see a
Hmm.
couple of them running, doing things, and then say, I'm thinking about this one, and then go say, hey, I'll have classes posted on different ones and for different types of subjects and stuff. And you say, you know what? There's a beginner class and it's supposed to focus around the printer that I really like. I'll come back and sit in for a 30-minute little tutorial on it. And if I like it, I'll buy it. And this guy here seems to know a lot. So if I run across something, I have a resource.
Mm.
I want to offer that to people. Also, want to offer the ability to walk in and instead of having to go to Amazon and order some resin or order some PLA and wait 3 days for the stuff to come in, I want you to be able to walk in and put your hand on it.
Mm.
You know, I want this color PLA. Look, he's got it. I want this bottle of resin. Look, he's got it. You know, I need alcohol at this concentration. You know,
Is there any way to be like an Amazon affiliate where you can sell products in your store that are at Amazon prices sometimes and be able
yes.
to
So
stockpile them?
is you sign up. You sign up with Amazon to become a distributor.
Distributor,
And
that's the
what
word for it.
you can do is you will get a price cut from Amazon on the material. So you order the materials,
Mm.
place them in your store, and then price them and sell them. Obviously, it's going to be a little above what Amazon's price is by the time you get there, but that's because you have to make a little bit of a profit out of it.
Yes.
But the inside of that is that they're not paying shipping. So and they're not paying you know, different states have different tax requirements. So in the end, yes, it may seem a little higher because let's say a $20 bottle of resin from Amazon costs $27 in my shop.
Hmm.
But if you go to Amazon and you buy that same bottle, you're still paying $27 by the time they put shipping on it.
Yeah. You just
Okay.
paid for the shipping
So all
already.
you did is you paid the same price, but you could put your hand on it right then.
Hmm.
So there is a way to do that.
Okay.
Or you could go directly to like Sunlu, Elgu, Anycubic and get a straight partnership with them
Yeah.
and buy products directly from them and put them on the shelf.
Yeah. You know, one thing with Amazon, they buy large, huge bulks of things and then sell it, you know, because they got it at a discount for bulking price and then sell it for a slightly upcome price and then shipping. That's how Amazon works. And you have to compete with Amazon because a lot of people have to buy and ship it. And then like there's always a reason why Amazon's so always on top. So if you could work with Amazon, that'd be great.
I know for a fact if one of those shops existed here,
Hmm.
there's at least 6 other people in the city alone that I know personally that print that would shop at that store to keep from having to wait for the material to come in.
Yeah. Same thing here when it comes to certain things. Like if something breaks down on my computer, I don't want to wait. I want to go and get it. Like I want to go get it like now. I want to get everything.
Right.
I don't want to wait for it all the time. And I have done that before and spend a little bit more just to the fact I could get it right now. And things for with anime or for at least anime figurines is I have to get it from Japan and sometimes from China because sometimes Japan sends the stuff to China and then makes it and sends it over to America or over there. It does happen at times, even though it's Japanese, it's sometimes made from China. And getting that stuff could be really pricey. So I would want to figure out how to compete with those prices and get it into my store. And I always started, renting, like, how you rent movies back in the day. I don't see many people that rent out manga, but if you break them or if you rip the manga or it comes back in poor condition, you have to pay for it. That's always my way of thinking. But I want an anime store. I do. I've always liked anime. Um, and that's something that I feel like in my older years, I could be the guy behind the counter just reading my manga, and customers come in, and I just look at them and wave at them and just wait for them to choose their stuff, and I just be sitting there and old and gray, still enjoying my manga.
What I see here, my brain is spinning because you're talking. I'm thinking about an anime store adjoining a 3D printing store
Yeah, it's just
because the two of those go really well hand in hand. You could be sitting there reading your manga. I could be sitting behind the counter working a model.
people
We
can maybe
decide
go.
to take breaks and walk over to our built-in coffee area because people have got to sit to read their manga or they want to research something on their computer for a model.
Yeah.
We'll supply that. And
Or if they really want to, maybe come into the store and like buy like one of our models we have on our servers. Like, oh, I want this model. Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So be like, all right, so we gotta pay for the resin costs, and then we gotta pay for the pretty much renting of the 3D model. Come back in the next couple of days and have the model done for you. Here's your money. Have at it.
Yeah, have like a little commission department where they walk over and they look at your manga and they're sitting there, they buy it, they read a little bit while they're drinking some coffee, and then they're like, hey, you know what? I really like this character. So they walk next door to my shop and they're like, hey, can you print one of these for me? And I'll be like, sure. So the cost of the resin plus the cost of the machine time plus the cost of the artist to do the finishing work, this is what it'll cost you.
Yeah.
So they end up leaving with a physical product in the book and coming back to pick up a physical product in a character that they like from the book.
Yeah, maybe it has some of the characters in behind its display. Like, yeah, that one's 3D printed, so you gotta go next door to get that one. But yeah, I like the idea. Okay, so what up, Michael? We are talking about things. If we ever would be rich, what would we do with our money? So give us your ideas. Just join space in the middle. Yeah, joint space in the middle. Yeah, just don't even have like a door between us.
Well,
just like
we don't put
counter.
a wall. What we do is right in the middle will be the cafe area.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they can sit and read and have coffee and stuff like that. And on the left hand side, you have the manga area, anime area stuff. On the right hand side, you have the shop with 3D printing supplies and quick tutorial classes on printing and stuff.
Mhm.
That would be a fantastic shop.
That would be
I would
awesome.
live. I could live in that shop.
Yeah, just like that's, and in a whole while, they never know that we're two, really well off gentlemen. Though this is a daydream. This is a wish we could have if we were rich. But yeah, it would definitely be. It'd be like, I think in-store buildings are a dying breed, and I don't think they should. People should have reasons to go out, go to places they can enjoy each other, talk to each other, and have physical contact with things and see things in person, and not just be online and like this all the time. And hey, if we want to go wild with it, maybe we'll have like an anime night in stores, live stream, and then like printing and what and maybe buy the rights to rent out an anime so everybody can watch it while streaming with them. I don't know, but it's just, that is such a good notion that you can enjoy something together and have a multitude of things to enjoy. Like, it's kind of like going to one of those stores that has like comic books and has figurines and has D&D stuff and has Pokemon stuff and has what's the other one? The little soldier game. You have a bunch of figurines of those.
You talking about Warhammer?
Warhammer, yeah. Like, it has like a multitude of different things, but all of them have similar something in some regards to come collide with each other. And it's all in one store. It's huge. And you can go there, and sometimes you see people there literally sitting at tables, eating and drinking and laughing and playing something or doing something together. You can't do that from home. Like, you can't have that from home. You can't buy that from home. You have to go out and do that.
No, I mean, that's why here where we live, we literally still have a game shop that still hosts D&D tournaments, still host Warhammer tournaments, still host that stuff. You can walk in it and find paints for your models. You can find model kits to put models together. We still have that shop here. It would be great to have an anime, manga, 3D print shop to go along with it. I mean, it there's a community for it, and believe it or not, it's a lot larger than I thought it was until I got into printing and stuff around here. And it's the reason it's not really well known is because it's the same thing as nobody has a place to meet. Nobody has a community area for us to go and hang out. I mean, think about it. If you lived close to me and we both knew that between the two of us there was a shop that we could go hang out with, hang out at, look at some printers, look at some models, pick up some materials, sit and have a cup of coffee and talk about what we're having problems with our models, would we not do it? Hell yeah, we would do it.
Oh yeah, and like rent out. So Michael brought up a good point here. Like maybe rent out cosplay outfits. That would be pretty cool. And then you print out parts they need for the cosplay.
Yeah.
That would be pretty sick.
Commissioned work. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Occasionally somebody would come to you and say, "Hey, I got all these parts for my costume, but I'm having trouble printing this one part. Can you do this for me?"
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Yeah.
They have to understand that it's going to be on a timeline that you're managing, not their timeline, because I mean, you don't want to turn it into something that makes you not happy doing it.
Mm.
But at the same time, why not help people out?
Yeah. And it'd be kind of like the same regards of like people have like places like smoking whiskeys. You never seen those kind of stores? I know they're not very common anymore, but people use,
no, we got smoke and whiskeys, we've got cheese and wines, we got all that here. Right
people
on Broad Street, baby.
People go there and just, go there and mingle with people that have the same interests and hobbies. And when people go into the store, cause I bought like my stepdad a cigar cutter a couple years back, and I went in there and there was like 4 or 5 guys just chilling there, all smoking their stogies, talking to each other. And I'm just trying to get a cutter real quick. I'm not mingling with them, but they started talking to me, and I started talking to them, and it's a place where people can really enjoy it. Also want to make pizza. Pizza's really
I
great.
would do too
Mhm.
is I would probably try to build a location out for kids to have a place that don't have the money for a PlayStation or an Xbox or a computer to go and sit $20 for an hour and play whatever the hell they want to play. Kind of like they do in Japan and in China, where they have these huge esports cafes where you can go rent a computer out for a couple hours, play your favorite MMORPG, have a cup of coffee, a soda or something.
That's what I was saying. Renting it.
Like that. You've seen King's Avatar, right?
Yes.
So I watched both the animated version and the live action. I personally like the live action a lot. I love the idea of having an internet cafe like they had, where people come in, they check in, they sit down, they play the game that they want to play, they take a break, walk over, grab a water, grab a whatever, they drink it, they eat it. It's all charged to their account. They pay it.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, renting out manga. And if they ruin the manga, they have to pay for it. So they could come to the store, rent a manga, go sit down and read the whole thing, or rent out the many mangas they want to. Like, come in, pay a upfront cost, go grab a bunch of mangas, bring it back to me when you're done with it. If anything's damaged, you have to pay for it because I don't know damaged goods. And you can go sit maybe at a computer somewhere, or just sit at the table, or go to your personal room. But it had to be a very large area, because I know in Japan they have like almost hotel places of this. Like they have wall to wall mangas and like bunch of single rooms with single beds and single computers and lights, and you can even order you can order to take a shower there. You can get ice cream and unlimited sodas. That is something that is like a service, right? It's not just I just go in for free.
Think about this: with that kind of money, you could literally be the person that starts esports in America.
Yeah, bring over Japanese culture to America.
You could start some esports and have some literal esports, competitions, tournaments, seasons, have top ranked esports teams from each state, competing for a championship. You could do that. They just somebody has to start. And with that kind of money, Sign me up. Fuck
Yeah.
it. I'll do it.
I remember something when I was a kid, and I always thought if I had the money, I would like to do this too. So when I was a kid, there was about a couple blocks away from my house was a card store, all cards. It's all cards, baseball cards, football cards, and Pokemon cards. And I still have the hat. I showed it every now and then on my stream where I have these badges. And these badges was this card store one day did like a day or two a gym league, and kids went there, paid to join the league, and you could battle the not the customers, but battle the gym leaders, which were the employees there that had a deck of each of the gyms from the game, right? The rock, the fire, the psychic, and you could battle them, and if you beat them, you got a badge. And I always thought that was so cool as a kid, and to this day, I'm like, I don't see that no more. I don't see nobody going, "Hey, come to the."
Yeah.
Come to this place where you can,
That's a good sign for me. That's a good sign for me because I want one. So you just keep fostering the love.
But she's a female. That can't happen. So
it doesn't matter. You just need to get them to reverse their roles.
Yeah. I think that would be cool. Like, you imagine it's like going, hey, for a weekend, anybody from any location that can come to this gym can battle maybe like a professional, maybe like host like a professional game player, and you could battle these people, and we have these special 3D print pins, and if you win, you get one, and that's your badge for winning against these gym members of the certain criteria.
I could design a pin and a heartbeat for any game you wanted. And print. I mean, you've seen the setups of my resin printer. Hell, I could probably print 50 of them at one time.
Yeah, I think that's something that people like us that have this imagination can do such good, just not for us, but also for kids, because we can enjoy it, and so can kids, because we enjoy things that everybody can enjoy. Even I would take part in it. Honestly, I don't even have a Pokemon card deck, but I would make one. So I would learn to do it. And when does enjoying something that kids also enjoy and joining with them make you less of an adult? I don't know.
I don't think it does. I think that there's a lot of people in the world that have the misconception that just because they're grown, they can no longer do things that they did as children that was fun.
Mm-hmm. Fun is fun.
Like video games, a lot of people were like, okay, I'm officially this age, no more video games because that's only a childish thing. I can't have fun doing that anymore. Why? Why can't you have fun doing it anymore?
Or roller coasters.
Give me the reason. What is a legitimate reason why a 40-year-old man can't enjoy playing Legend of Zelda?
Mm-hmm. Or like
There's not one.
Or kids like roller coasters. Well, I'm adult. I like roller coasters.
You damn right.
What's the difference?
We like roller coasters.
Yeah, so why does it have to be like? I can understand if you could have a heart attack on a roller coaster, that you can't do it no more. But otherwise, it can still be enjoyed by everybody. And if we had millions of dollars, and if we ever would win it, I'm probably not, because I don't really take a lot of gambles in life. But let's say life ever gave me a lot of chances, and I get a lot of big channel. My channel grows big, and I get a lot of supporters and stuff like that. Those are stuff I would invest in. I would do that. I would earn the money and do that kind of stuff, even if there's not a truly investment going into it. I'm not trying to save the world and be some, Mr. Beast, but I would do things for the community. I would do things for the kids. I would do things for myself. And those are some of the few things. You have anything else you can think of what you might do with a couple $1 million?
I could go all night, but we have already went over by 15 minutes. So
yeah,
I think we are good.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you, Michael, for joining us. Lord Pestilence, thank you for joining us. For anybody here new to this channel, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you leave a like down below, if you do that right now for me, it'd be really great. And leave a comment maybe on the VOD, and the VOD will be coming up after in the stream. So if you're in the chat right now, one of those people over there, don't worry about it. It'll go down, and you can leave a comment down. The more you do that, the more people see this thing. I hope you enjoy these shorts. If you have not seen the shorts, I'm putting up some every single day. and all the way to my birthday would be shorts going out. So, and of course, I'll be putting up some more afterwards. Birthday stream tomorrow, everybody. Birthday stream. Birthday stream. Please join us tomorrow. It'll be between 6 o'clock to God knows when. We're hitting some stretch goals. We're talking about waxing, makeup, drag queen, beard coloring, writing names on foreheads, at least mine, and the whole works. If you want to come and support our birthdays and maybe support us at the same time, we appreciate it. But as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. 1